Hi everyone, Sage Topaz here. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. I really appreciate it. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day and staying safe and staying positive. So today I'm going to be reading a sample from my book, We'll Always Be Besties, and it is a suspense thriller book. And what it's about this teenage girl called Judy. Her parents got divorced, so she moved with her mom to Long Island, New York. And Judy starts high school, and this is a new school. She doesn't know anyone there, and she's very shy. So she finds it very hard to make friends. However, she makes friends with one girl in her class, and that girl, her name is Heidi. And Heidi is kind of she's a social outcast. She's very strange. She's a bit dark, and they kind of bond because they're both kind of social outcasts. But eventually, Judy starts to make friends. She gradually starts to come out of her shell, and she starts making friends. And Heidi doesn't take that very well. And that's all I'm going to say. And yeah, so I just also wanted to explain. So this book takes place in Long Island, New York. And Gwen also took place in Long Island, New York. And people are probably wondering, why are your books based in Long Island? And the reason is because not only is Long Island a beautiful place, I grew up in Long Island, Westbury, Long Island, actually. So yeah, my books are based on that. So yeah, anyway, without further ado, because I talk a lot, let's just go straight to it, okay? And once again, I illustrated the cover art for this book. And yes, I'm going to click on the link. If you like the sample, I hope you do. You can click on the link and you can buy it, and it's available in ebook. So yeah, here we go. We'll Always Be Besties by Sage Topaz. It was 7 a.m. on a Monday morning. Judy was fast asleep. Just then, her alarm clock on her bedside table went off. Beep, beep, beep. Judy tried ignoring the device and going back to sleep. However, the alarm clock was so loud and annoying. Judy groaned and stretched out her arm to hit the snooze button. The alarm clock became quiet. Judy was so sleepy that she didn't want to get out of bed. I'll just sleep for 30 more minutes, Judy said sleepily to herself. I'll be a bit late for school, but whatever, I need more sleep. Judy went back to sleep. However, 15 minutes later, beep, 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 beep. Fine, I'll get up, Judy said angrily. She sat up and hit the snooze button really hard because she was so mad. She rubbed her sleepy face and sighed. I am not looking forward to today, said Judy to herself. Today wasn't just the first day of school. It was the first day of high school. As if that wasn't nerve-wracking enough, Judy was a new student at this school. Life had really changed for Judy this year. Her parents got divorced months ago in February. Judy knew for the past few years that her parents were having issues. They were always yelling and arguing with each other. Judy's dad also used to come home really late because he was spending so much time at work. Sometimes her mom would be by herself in the kitchen, crying and drinking a bottle of wine. Whenever Judy tried to comfort her mom and ask her what was wrong, her mom would tell her, "Don't worry about me, honey. I'll be fine. Your dad and I just had a fight, but we'll be okay." Judy knew that her parents were having problems, but she never in a million years thought that they would get divorced. Not only did her parents break up, but Judy and her mom moved to Long Island, New York. Judy's mom wanted to start fresh. She also got a really great job that paid way more than her previous career. Judy's dad was all the way in Austin, Texas, Judy's former hometown. During the summer, Judy and her dad visited each other a lot. Judy was not looking forward to the summer ending. She knew she wouldn't be able to travel and see her dad once school started. They talked to each other on the phone, but it wasn't the same as hanging out with each other. She missed him so much, and now she was going to a school where she didn't know anybody. Yeah, Judy was not excited about today at all. Judy's mom was downstairs in the kitchen. She was in a hurry for work, so she didn't have time to prepare breakfast for Judy and herself. However, there was no way she wasn't going to prepare her daughter's school lunch. She made Judy a delicious peanut butter and jelly sandwich. She also packed an apple, 2 granola bars, and a bottle of water in a brown lunch bag. She walked up to the staircase as she was putting on her earrings and yelled, Judy, honey, are you ready yet? Get your ass down here so you won't be late for school." I'm ready. Chill, Mom, said Judy, walking down the stairs and carrying her backpack. Good morning to you too, said her mom. Sorry, good morning, Mom, said Judy. She gave her mom a kiss on the cheek. That's better, said her mom, smiling. Okay, so I have a really early meeting this morning, so I have to get to work like right now. Judy's mom walked to the kitchen and Judy followed her. I'm so sorry, honey, but I didn't have time to make breakfast, said her mom. But make sure you eat something before you leave, okay? You can make a sandwich and there's orange juice and apple juice in the fridge. Judy's mom put on her shoes and picked up her briefcase. Your lunch is on the counter, okay? Okay, thanks, Mom, said Judy. Judy's mom noticed that her daughter looked sad. Hey, you okay? Why so gloomy? Oh, it's nothing, Mom, said Judy, who smiled a little to hide her sadness. But she couldn't deceive her mom. I know you, sweetie, and you're definitely not happy. What's wrong, baby? Judy sighed. I'm just nervous about school. I mean, I'm really shy and I find it so hard to make friends. I barely had any friends in my old school. How am I going to make friends here? Oh, honey, said her mom, putting her arm around Judy's shoulder. I know it's scary being in a new school, but you are the most amazing person in the world, and you're beautiful and smart and sweet. Just be yourself, and kids in your school will see just how awesome you are. You'll make friends. I promise you will, okay? Judy smiled a little and said, okay. Judy's mom kissed her on the cheek. You're gonna be fine. All right, I gotta go. Remember to lock the door on your way out. I love you. I love you too, Mom, said Judy. Judy's mom left for the office. Judy was so nervous about school that she didn't feel like eating. She just drank a glass of apple juice. She grabbed her lunch bag and her backpack. She walked out of the house and locked the front door. Judy strolled to the bus stop, which was 5 minutes from her house. She saw a few girls at the bus stop and stood a few feet away from them. The girls looked like they were the same age as her. The girls were talking and laughing with each other. They all seemed to be friends. I can't believe summer is over. Yeah, now it's back to stupid school. Do you know what will get me through this school year? If me and Reggie Ross are in the same classes together. OMG, Reggie Ross is so hot. I know, right? The girls continued chatting with each other. Judy wanted to go up to them and say hi. She was about to walk up to them, but she felt nervous. She felt so nervous that her stomach started to ache. She knew that with how anxious she was, she would embarrass herself in front of those girls. She probably wouldn't be able to talk. Even if she did say something, it would be gibberish. She might even throw up next to them because she was so nervous. She didn't want to be a laughingstock on the first day of school. She decided to just stay where she was and not talk to the girls. She pulled out her cell phone from her pocket, plugged in her earphones, and listened to music. After a few minutes, the bus came by. The girls entered the bus still talking to each other. Judy walked into the bus. She was looking around trying to find a seat. Excuse me. All the seats were occupied. She kept on walking until she saw an overweight boy sitting by himself. He was staring out of the window, lost in his own world. Judy approached him and took off her earphones. She nervously cleared her throat. Hey, she said. The boy didn't hear her. Or maybe he ignored her. Hey, excuse me, she said. The boy turned around and looked at her. He didn't look friendly. He looked pissed off and gloomy. What? He asked. Do you mind if I sit here? Asked Judy. The boy rolled his eyes and said, whatever. Judy smiled a little and sat down. The boy went back to staring outside. Judy figured that this guy was in no mood for a conversation. The whole ride she just kept quiet and listened to her music while observing the kids in the bus. Later on in the day, it was lunchtime. Judy already had free classes. She didn't talk to anyone in her classes and she didn't ask her teachers any questions. She was way too shy. In the cafeteria, she was walking around looking for an empty table to sit and eat her lunch. Most of the tables were full. Kids were sitting, talking, and laughing with each other. Judy passed by a table of gorgeous cheerleaders. Yeah, no way was she sitting there, she thought to herself. After walking for a few minutes, she found an empty table and sat down. She got out her lunch from her backpack. She looked around, feeling very insecure that she was eating by herself. Everyone probably thinks I'm a freak, Judy thought. She was about to take a bite of her sandwich when a handsome boy came up to her table. He sat down across from her. She recognized him from one of her classes earlier. He had a huge smile on his face. Hey, I have a question for you, he said, smiling. Okay, said Judy. He was chuckling and said, are you wearing a bra? He laughed. Judy was confused. What? She said, perplexed. I said, are you wearing a bra? Said the boy, laughing. The boy's friends were at a nearby table and they were laughing. The boy looked at his friends and laughed. Judy noticed that they were making fun of her. That's none of your business, said Judy shyly. I just wanted to ask because your chest is so flat. I didn't know if you were wearing a bra or not, said the boy laughing. Judy was so shocked that she was speechless. She's not wearing a bra, guys, the boy yelled to his friends, walking back to them. Judy was mortified. Why would he yell something like that? The whole cafeteria must have heard what he said. Judy saw people laughing at her. She was so embarrassed that she got up from her seat and ran out of the cafeteria. She ran into the bathroom and leaned her hands on the sink. She started crying. No one else was in the bathroom, so she let it all out, crying very loudly. After she finished crying, she turned on the faucet and splashed water on her face. She looked at herself sadly in the mirror. Just then, the bathroom door opened and a girl walked in. The girl was tall and skinny, just like Judy. The girl was wearing black ripped skinny jeans and black boots. She also had on a cropped black t-shirt that showed a bit of her stomach and her belly button piercing. She was pretty with blonde hair and green eyes. Hey, I saw what happened in the cafeteria. Are you okay? The girl asked Judy. Judy sniffed and wiped her eyes. Yeah, I'll be okay. Thanks for asking, said Judy. That was Tommy Marcus. He and his friends are total jerks. Don't let him get to you. A lot of these people in school are jerks. Fake, stupid jerks. The girl got out a cigarette pack and lighter from her pocket. She lit the cigarette. And that is the end of the sample. So yes, I hope that you enjoyed. Oh, 11 minutes. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So once again, if you clicked on this video and you watched to the end, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And yeah, like I said, I will put the link to where you can buy the book if you're interested. And so yeah, stay safe. And yeah, that's it. Oh, check out my Knicks sweatshirt. Let's go Knicks. That's my favorite team. Okay. Bye guys. Have a good day. Thank you.